did I say? And then they come up to me and then they go, hey, Zeus.
Greetings.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Put that fake tea down. Put it down, it ain't good for you. I'ma make them suffer, they some palms.
All of my haters are sipping fake tea.
I'ma make them suffer, they some palms. All of my haters are sipping fake tea.
Good morning.
It's getting real dangerous like Drake's Passage. All of my haters going the wrong way. Deep in their heart, they know they jealous of me. I got them running from me like a tidal wave. All the Zeus hate came out of nowhere. I'm talking next level, taking another
Good morning,
step.
ladies and gentlemen.
Talking about me like I really care. I hear you haters out, leave you on a chair. What you say is make believe, sipping on that fake tea. Talking kinda crazy when you on that fake tea. Now it's time to take it back. You know I'm your favorite. Look at who I came with. All you haters hating. All you haters is hating. Because y'all on that fake tea. I ain't gonna leave that stuff alone. It ain't good for you. You know it. We know it. I'ma make them suffer. They some palms. All of my haters are sipping fake tea. I'ma make them suffer. They some palms. All of my haters are sipping fake tea. Somebody needs to tell them that it's stepped on. They thinking they the Jetsons and they Flintstones. Overdosing on these lies like it's nothing wrong. About to make them hang it up like it was a phone. No dial tone, send them straight to voicemail. I don't recognize this number, send them straight to hell. All my haters gossip cause they losing sales. Now you're trapped, don't blame me, you in that cell. Now you trying to play me, sipping on that fake tea, sounding real shady.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Grapevine, and you know they dropping dimes. Anyone can get slime. Haters on my timeline. Haters on my timeline. Anyone can get slime.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Now they on that fake tea.
All right, let's get this show started. You know what we came to do.
Yeah. I feel like I'm stuck in a cycle. It's like I'm stuck in time. It's like a curse.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show started. You know what we came to do.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you rich and famous. The algorithm turned to a maniac.
Yeah.
I guess we going viral cause my Zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they is my ex, that mean they left me. They don't get replies if they text me. I say it with my chest cause I mean it.
Let's go.
Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited.
Let's go.
Call me the master with a new whip. I'ma take off in a spaceship.
I'll tell you what.
Good morning, everyone.
This was live in a couple of days. That shit was radical.
It was horrible.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
All right, DJ, go ahead and
It's
kill the
like
music.
deja vu.
All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the show. Happy Friday. Oh, my goodness. We have survived another week. All right. We are once again back in the Thunderdome. I am your host. I am your pilot, and you know exactly what we are here to do. But before we get started, let's take care of those housekeeping items. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H, and you know exactly why they call me Triple H. The first H is because I'm honest. Thank you, Zena, for the happy Friday to you too. The second H is because I am humble. There's nobody more humble than me on social media. Listen, if I get it wrong, I really will be the first to apologize, all right? Just turns out I haven't been wrong lately, all right? And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you guessed it. I am and will always remain, you guessed it, the most handsome. The fourth H is hilarious. Cut it out, Tiff. All right, now many of you are familiar with what we came to do over here on this side of TikTok, on this side of town. What we do is very, very special. We hold our friends on the right, especially their orange cult leader, Donald J. Trump, accountable for all of their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes, right? And believe you me, isn't it safe to say that our friends on the right, they seem to have hit the jackpot when it comes to being criminals, all right, seditionists, treasonous traitors, all right. These people are the worst of the worst. They are the scum of the earth, and they are the true threat to our democracy. All right, so if you're one of these people that plan on voting this year, this show is for you, especially if you're trying to make the right decision, all right? Because what we're trying to do is to make sure we rid this country of the evil MAGA forces, or as I like to say, the MAGA demon that's terrorizing this nation. All right, and so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I got a bit of a heads up to give you, all right? If you are a Trump supporter, someone that plans on voting for Donald Trump this election, you might want to leave this live because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable for you. I promise you it will. All right? But get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
right.
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
That's right.
Come back. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
If you're not happy in the United States of America, do everyone a favor. Pack your bags and leave. Yeah, I do say Donald Trump should leave. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, yesterday was quite the show. I got a lot of feedback, and they said, Zeus, you went too hard on MAGA yesterday. You know, they were trying to take the live down. So I'm going to try to keep myself a little bit more restrained, all right? But we're still going to get through the topics, all right? We got to get through the topics, and we're still going to deliver the truth, all right? And so I'll say this to the Trump supporters that are out there listening to this show. Let's keep it clean this morning. It's Friday, all right? Seriously. All right, and yes, thank you for sharing the live and invite all of your MAGA friends. This is the best place for them to be right now because this is probably one of the few places that they can come to on TikTok and actually get an opportunity to get out of the cult the way that I'm doing it, all right? Seriously. So send it to all your little Trump supporter friends, all right? So we're going to kick today's show off following up on President Biden's press conference yesterday, all right, which I think definitely changed the tone of things in the election, isn't it safe to say? So number one, let's give President Biden a round of applause for that press conference yesterday. Woke up to the news today, and guess what I saw on Morning Joe? Oh, they say, you know what? We have to get our act together. Yeah, Democrats, we do have to get our act together, all right? Reacting to President Joe Biden's largely successful press conference yesterday, MSNBC's Morning Joe regular Mike Barnicle diverged from the topic at hand and criticized the press, including himself, for over-dwelling on the president's flubs while regarding Donald Trump's more egregious comments. This is where a lot of us who've been covering the election have been. We're sitting here and we're going, you don't know this about President Biden now? This guy's 80 years old. That's not news. It's not news that he's 80 years old, right? It's not news that he misspeaks sometimes. It's not news that he tends to not want to be on TV all day like Donald Trump. He doesn't want to be on social media all day like Donald Trump. It's not news that he's a completely different person than Donald Trump. And this idea of strength, I don't know where people's minds went, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, it really is time to get our act together. Speaking with co-host Willie Geist and way too early host Jonathan Lemire, Barnicle said a little self-reflection by the Washington media mob would go a long way. What's amazing to me is the amount of attention we pay in the media, all of us, to the flubs, he began, before noting Biden meant to say Vice President Kamala Harris and substituted Donald Trump's name. Let's listen up, ladies and gentlemen. This is for the people.
They still see paths to win. They acknowledge it kind of has to be through Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. That might now be his only path to victory. And Mike Barnicle, we also shouldn't lose sight of what a moment last night was. A moment that I don't know that we've ever seen before in modern American political history, where a sitting president had a primetime news conference to defend his mental and physical abilities while trying to stave off a mutiny from his own party.
Yeah. What's amazing to me is the amount of attention we pay in the media, all of us, to the flubs.
Yep.
You know, Vice President Trump instead of Vice President Harris, things like that. That stuff has come with the dinner with Joe Biden for 40 years. And we regard it each and every time he makes a flub as it's shocking. It's not shocking. What's truly shocking in terms of balance, and you referenced it, is Donald Trump's, not flubs, his incendiary rhetoric. Rhetoric aimed at dividing the country, at turning one group of people against another group of people, of threatening institutions like NATO,
Yes.
of threatening a country like Ukraine,
Yes.
things like that. We pay less attention to his rhetoric than we do, oh my God, he called her Vice President Trump. No. We have to get our act together and balance this thing out.
Thank you. We have to get our act together and balance things out. Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump, like I've been saying for a while, this is the biggest threat to our democracy. Him and his MAGA Republicans. This whole broadcast that I've been doing, mostly it's been about making sure the American people know more about the dangers of Donald Trump. All right. And somehow we've lost our way. And we got to get back. We got to get back on track. All right. Speaking of getting back on track, AOC has gone on to slam Democratic colleagues for self-made problems much bigger than Biden's age. Thank you, AOC. All right. AOC says congressional Democrats' public complaints about President Joe Biden's age have become a bigger problem for the party than Biden's age itself. Finally, it's starting to get out there, all right? It's really getting out there, and it's time to change the turn the chapter on this one, all right? She says, quote, I think that the way our party conducts itself in public contributes just as much to our political challenges as any facts on the ground, all right? And so, to me, that is something that I encourage all my colleagues to think about, because these things don't happen out of thin air. Thank you, AOC. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give AOC a round of applause. Yesterday, I tuned in to CNN. Did any of you catch Ashley Allison yesterday? And she provided her remarks. A black woman providing her remarks on President Joe Biden. All right? This is why I do the show the way that I do, because we got to address the truth no matter what party we're dealing with, all right? And listen to what Ashley said, ladies and gentlemen. When I heard this, I said, you know what? Nash, this is what I'm talking about.
Joe Biden stays in the race. I'm going to do every single thing I can to defeat Donald Trump, because as a black woman living in this country that has less constitutional rights than I had from the day that I was born 42 years ago, I refuse to live under Donald Trump's reign again. I refuse to risk our democracy. And Joe Biden is the person right now who is able to defeat him. And so when people are saying, do something to prove that you have the command of the knowledge, and you stand up and you call on 10 reporters and you answer 19 questions for 59 minutes, then I ask you, if you go and say step down, then what is the test that he must prove over and over again? Because then it feels like you, as a person who is calling for him to step down, is being disingenuous. Now, I'm not saying it's not wrong, because that debate was terrible, and Joe Biden has acknowledged that. But as people who are living with the fear of a possible dictator to take over this country, I just ask you, as a Democratic Party, and I'm not super excited about Joe Biden, but I am terrified of Donald Trump, to get it together. Bingo. For the people that you are asked to represent. There is too much at stake. And I don't understand what more people need after a night like tonight to say he is the leader of the free world. I sometimes on television say, if there go I but for the grace of God, Amen, that I am not held to the mistakes I make sometimes on television in the days of my life. And I'm a little annoyed and I'm furious because I talk to Black people who have saved this country over and over, who helped elect Joe Biden, who saved the Democratic Party time again. And Black people are saying, let it go, folks. And yet again, when you look at the people who have called for him to step down, they are not the backbone of the Democratic Party. And that, to me, is frustrating.
When you look at the people who are asking and demanding the President Joe Biden step down, they're not the backbone. Well, I woke up this morning and look at the people, ladies and gentlemen. These are the folks calling for President Biden to quit. Gosh, is there only something they had in common? Does anybody know what these people have in common that are asking President Biden to step down is? I didn't post it. All right, this is somebody else posting it. You can go look them up yourself. That's why I took a screenshot. But you see what it is, right? I'm just helping you folks out there understand. We see you, okay? So, guess what we're going to do this morning, ladies and gentlemen? No, I can't say it, Cece. I can't say it because I got to keep it clean. But I want y'all to let that sink in. Let it sink in. We see you. We see you. Now, check your ego at the door and get it together. All right? But you know what? I'm not going to give you the booze and shame. I'm still going to give the booze and shame to Donald Trump and his MAGA cult. Because guess what? If Donald Trump wasn't running, we wouldn't be in this situation, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Donald Trump and his deranged supporters what they deserve this bright and early on a Friday morning. Our first honorable round of booze and shame, because it's him and his supporters that continue to divide this country, and they're trying to divide the Democrats. Let's give them some booze and shame. Check your ego at the door, though. I'm asking everybody to check their ego at the door, especially those of us at the Democratic Party, all right? This isn't just about you. There's a lot of people that are depending on President Biden to win this election. Not just you, okay? So knock it off. All right, hopefully that thing gets behind us and we can really start focusing on the more pressing matters that are plaguing this nation, right? One of the most pressing matters we need to continue to address is that Justice Clarence Thomas, and I've already covered it, but every time I see a headline about this brother, I don't even want to call him a brother at this point. Every time I see information about this knucklehead right here, my head goes, wow, we are really under attack. All right, Vladimir Putin has compromised the United States Supreme Court, and he went after this brother. Go figure. Justice Clarence Thomas might actually be facing consequences for those undisclosed trips from billionaire Harlan Crow. All right, just a reminder. It would seem Supreme Court corruption is untouchable, but last week, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse and Senator Ron Wyden introduced that request to Attorney General Merrick Garland for the opening of an investigation into Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. All right. And we heard AOC. She filed those articles of impeachment. All right. And then we found out also through ProPublica, the world was made aware last year that he also had been accepting millions of dollars worth of lavish vacations, yacht trips, and international jet setting on the dime of Republican billionaire mega donor Harlan Crow. But it gets worse, all right? We also know that he's not disclosed his yacht trip to Russia and a private helicopter flight to a palace in President Vladimir Putin's hometown, among a slew of other gifts and loans. Buried in this 14-page letter that these Democrat senators sent to Merrick Garland, in which they urged him to appoint a special counsel, was the astonishing list of dozens of likely undisclosed gifts and income this man and members of his family have received. We're about to get those boos and shames out, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't this a sad day in American history where we don't have corruption in the executive branch no longer? It's not just in the executive branch. It's not just in the legislative branch. It's also in the judicial branch of the government. All three branches of government. Vladimir, this man right here, Putin, has found a way to compromise Americans. All right? He's been giving them things, and this is why now I understand why they all worship Donald Trump, because they're all in on it. He knows everybody that's taking gifts from this guy, Vladimir Putin. They're all in on it. They can't turn on him, right? And now they've been exposed at all levels. Listen, Merrick Garland, I know you're not supposed to interfere during the middle of an election, Merrick Garland, but this nation is under attack. We have election interference happening in all three branches of government. All right? Please appoint that special counsel and get Clarence's special behind out of the Supreme Court and put him in jail. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving Clarence, Putin-loving Thomas, what he deserves. A round of boos and shame. With Trump.
You never demon.
Okay? This is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. We do not have time to fight amongst ourselves. This is the biggest threat to this country. All right? I mean that, ladies and gentlemen. I really do mean that. All right? Look at that. Oh, my gosh. Mike Johnson cites unproven evidence in support of new proof of citizenship voting bill. All right? This is right out of Vladimir Putin's playbook, Project 2025 stuff happening right before our very eyes. But get this, Donald Trump says he has no idea. He has no idea what this is about. He's lying to you. All right. This week, United States House approved the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility or SAVE Act, which contemplates dramatic changes to the way Americans register to vote and cast their ballots. The measure is a priority. Oh, it's a priority for House Speaker Mike Johnson, and he invoked dubious reports of non-citizens on Ohio's voter rolls in a white paper backing the bill. What? The proposal demands documentary proof of citizenship to vote, and the list of acceptable documents is narrow. In Ohio, most voters would probably need to present a passport or a birth certificate and a photo ID to register. Well, more than 21 million eligible voters do not have these documents at the ready. And this is according to a recent study conducted by the University of Maryland Center for Democracy and Civic Engagement. Realistically, the SAVE Act is likely unalived on arrival in the democratically controlled United States Senate. President Biden has committed to vetoing it if it made it to his desk. But critics warn that's not the point. Instead, they argue the bill could lay the groundwork for spurious allegations of voter fraud following the election this fall. See, ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. Here we go again. You know how I always cover January 6th? And a lot of people say, Zeus, could you just let it go? It happened so long. No, I can't let it go because it's happening once again. Yeah. You know how you all like to say, that last time you did it, that was just you trying. Next time you're really going to do it, right? They're doing it all over again. They're casting doubt about the election so that once the results come out, Donald Trump can come out and once again proclaim he won, even though he didn't, and then once again have one of his little rallies at the Ellipse and summon this time even more dangerous Confederate soldiers to once again try to stop the certification of the election. It's literally happening right before our very eyes. And now we got more evidence about who the players are involved. Players like Mike Johnson now. I can't wait till we catch some of the things he's been saying and we put it all together leading up to the next so-called attack, right? Mike Johnson. This is more evidence that you are not an American, you're not a patriot, you're a seditionist, treasonous traitor, and you're up to your schemes. Once again, can you all say schemes? Because MAGA and schemes go together, right? The truth is coming out, the election. The truth is coming out, the election Russia. Russia go. It was all set up by the Dems. Oh, Perry Zimmerman. Perry Zimmerman, see, that's what I don't like, Perry. Come on up here real quick, Perry, if you don't mind. Can you come up in the box, Perry, and explain that to me? I want to know who helped you write that, Perry. Did you write that on your own, Perry? Because that's a bold-faced lie. That's misinformation and disinformation mixed with the MAGA demon, Perry. Perry, you know what I'm going to do? Matter of fact, stay your special behind in the chat right now and continue to listen to this special broadcast. But since you lied while I'm telling the truth, Perry, do me a huge favor. Ladies and gentlemen, get the tomatoes out and the booze and shame. Join me in giving Perry what she deserves, a round of booze and shame, because she's lying while I'm up here telling the truth. Let's give her some booze and shame.
Silence! You never demon!
Shorty Love, thank you for the subscription, all right? For Perry and Mike Johnson, we got another round of booze and shame to give out because these folks are in my life. They're triggered. They're possessed with the MAGA demon, and they are on their way to hell with gasoline draws on, and they don't even know it. Let's give them a round of booze and shame. Thank you.
Silence! You never demon!
Perry, not another word. You have zero credibility with Zeus. Thank you, Rick. Nice to see you back. All right, G-Man, what's up? You know what I want to say, ladies and gentlemen? What do I want to do next, ladies and gentlemen? There's going to be things coming to pass during this election cycle, and I just hope you all are prepared for it, all right? And to these Trump supporters out there that are triggered in my comment section, I got something to say to you before I move on to my next topic, all right? There's some of you out here who are triggered in my comment section because of the content that I'm putting out and the tone and the posture that I am taking, right? And you're feeling very uncomfortable. Maybe you didn't hear me at the top of the live when I started this show.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Many people who followed me for a while, one thing they'll tell you about Zeus is I don't allow MAGA, Trump supporters, I don't allow them to be victims around me at all. Because when you think about the damage that they've caused this nation, right? They're not the victims. They're actually the harassers and the abusers. All of you Trump supporters, you're the harassers and the abusers. You continue to walk around with your little Confederate flags. You hide behind these fictitious accounts on TikTok. You don't want to show your face. You mask up when it's time to commit treasonous acts against the United States government and be racist? No. How dare you try to get around me and all of a sudden try to give me some sort of scenario in which you've painted yourself in a corner to be a victim. Knock it off. Once again, hi Jess, once again, we're back on these Epstein files, all right? I just want to make sure we don't let this one slip through the cracks, all right? While everyone's arguing about President Biden's age, all right? We're not going to let this one go. Donald Trump flew. Epstein, Maxwell, and a very young woman, or a young girl, they say, right? On his private jet. And I have yet to see any of these so-called Christians that love to say, oh, I protect children, Zeus. You know exactly who these folks are. I protect children, Zeus. I'll do anything. What was that movie that came out last year? What was that one movie that came out with that one? I forget. It was on the tip of my tongue. What was that one movie where it was all about protecting children? What was that movie called? Someone tell me what the name of that movie was. I forget it. I didn't even go see it. I didn't even go see the name of this movie. What? They all Sound of Freedom. There you go, Don. There you go. These were some Sound of Freedom heathens on TikTok. Oh, I went and watched the movie. I've been reinvigorated. I'm saving kids. Where's the Epstein files? They demanded the Epstein files, and now the files are out. And these folks, they're as quiet as a church mouse. Church mouse. Good morning, Ange. All right. We all know Donald Trump flew on Epstein's private jet. There's been plenty of scrutiny about those flights. Understandable concerning what the billionaire's P3DO's plane was nicknamed. So yes, it was well known Trump flew on the Lolita Express several times. But this wasn't about convenience. Hold on, I can't battle. Don't send me an invite. This wasn't about convenience. These guys were besties. They hung out all the time. There's a reason there are dozens of photos of these men together. They spent so much time together, one afternoon was even documented, rather accidentally. What investigative journalist got himself embedded for the day with the future president and this trafficker capturing one of the most important connections of our time? All right. Yes, this was a 2000 article about Donald Trump, the golf course owner. The now defunct magazine sent Corcoran to spend the day with Trump, per research by the Daily Beast back in 2017. That's the first time this was all dug up, and it just wasn't that big of a story back then. It's hard to get across sometimes, but you have to remember, the world didn't know the name of Epstein then, not even in 2017. It wasn't until his arrest in 2019 that we hit the tipping point where everyone realized what a sleaze he was and who he had spent time with, including Donald Trump. Who? Who did he spend time with? Who did Epstein spend time with, ladies and gentlemen? Put Trump in the chat for me, please. Because I want these Trump supporters to know, we know. Can everyone please type Trump in the chat? Because this is who Epstein spent time with. Let's get it going. I'm looking at the chat. Look at this, MAGA. Look at this, Trump. Look at this, Trump. Put Trump in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. We might get something going in TikTok today. MAGA. Look at all those Trumps. You can't say it wasn't true. You can't keep saying it didn't happen. Look at all these people who know it. All right. So he spent time with Trump, Prince Andrew, and Bill Clinton, just in time for his mysterious unaliving behind bars before he could testify against anyone else involved in his little nasty ring. You want to know how much Epstein stuff wasn't a story? He wasn't even mentioned in the headline of the Daily Beast article. He wasn't the point. They were interested in the fact Trump was quoted saying something gross. Apparently, the journal spotted Trump eyeing a young social elite at Mar-a-Lago, despite dating Melania at the time, and he quoted the always classy businessman as saying to him about the girl. You want to know what Trump said about this young girl? Let's go ahead, and I'm going to have to keep it clean on TikTok, because you talk about Donald Trump on TikTok, they might take you down. You'll break community guidelines talking about real things Donald Trump did. That's how immoral this man is. This is what Donald Trump said about the little girl. There's nothing in the world like first-rate P. The same P word you so-called Christians heard him using in that Access Hollywood tape right before you went and voted for him. When are you so-called Christians going to stop supporting this criminal, this P3DO? Let me say it again, what he said about this young girl. There is nothing in the world like first-rate P. The same P word he said in that Access Hollywood tape. Anybody that supports Donald Trump, especially after knowing this, as far as I'm concerned, you're just as guilty as him, and you are a prime candidate for hell. And may you burn there until eternity. I don't care. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Donald Trump and everyone that's still going to vote for this demon, this P3DO individual, what they all deserve, because we can't do nothing else but do booze and shame on TikTok, right? Join me in giving them a round of booze and shame.
Silence! You never demon!
It's a sad day in America when we have to once again cover stuff like this and help open up the eyes of Americans in terms of how dangerous Donald J. Trump and his cult followers are. All right? Oh my goodness, look at the time. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we got to do? We got to cover January 6th, but before I cover January 6th, I just want to give you all some good news. Senate Democrats are now moving to classify Donald Trump's election actions as unofficial to skirt the immunity ruling, all right? And this is serious. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer vowed yesterday to work on legislation that would target former President Donald Trump's actions surrounding January 6th and his contest of the 2020 election results. In a post on X, the Democrat says, quote, MAGA justices on the Supreme Court can't crown Mr. Trump as king and allow him to escape criminal liability. Quote, we were all taught in grade school that there are no kings here in America. But what the MAGA justices have done is placed a crown on Donald Trump's head. I am working in the Senate on legislation to clarify that Trump's election subversion actions do not count as official acts. Nice try, MAGA. Nice try, Donald Trump. So we're going to give Chuck Schumer and the Democrats that are working on this a round of applause. But you know what we got to do now? We got to give Donald Trump and the Supreme Court a round of booze and shame. Why are we giving them some booze and shame? Because they tried to make Donald Trump, out of all the presidents in American history, they chose him to try to make him the king? Absolutely not. Let's give Donald Trump and the Supreme Court a round of booze and shame.
Silence! You never demon!
Missouri Dan, I see this little remark you put, Trump 2024 or war. You want to come up here real quickly and explain what you meant by that? Don't get scared now. You had enough courage to say it in my chat. What exactly are you talking about, you MAGA demon? What are you talking about? You're going to do something? You're going to do something? You're going to bring war? You can barely get up off the couch. All you do is sit at home and watch Fox News, eating Big Macs and drinking Diet Cokes like you're a little cult leader. You're not going to do anything. We've heard this before, but I guarantee you, you don't want a war because you might start it, but some of us out here just might finish it. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do? Join me in giving that little MAGA demon that said Trump 2024 or war. We're going to help him get the war he's been looking for. Join me in giving him a round of booze and shame.
Silence! You never demon!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached that point in the show where I must cover January 6th, and then we're going to open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are really brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. And you guessed it, shame the devil. All right, so let me explain to you all how Donald Trump and his supporters ended up in a pickle as it relates to January 6th. By the way, we only got 900 or so people in here. Is there anybody out there that believes Donald Trump's claim that the 2020 election was rigged?
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
Oh, I see someone I see someone. Lonnie, come on up here real quick, Lonnie. I got something for you. Come on up here real quick, Lonnie. I'd like to get something out and talk to you real quick. Come on, you said it was Nancy Pelosi's fault. Oh, well, you know what, Lonnie? You just stay your special behind right there. I don't even need you at this point. I'll take care of this. Yeah, okay, Lonnie. Let me help you understand that it wasn't Nancy Pelosi's fault. All right, Lonnie, sit your special broadcast. What's this? Lonnie, get up here real quick. What do you got? You believe it was Nancy Pelosi's fault?
I do.
Okay, why?
Cause man, dude, I gotta tell you, I watch you sometimes, and not to be rude, but sometimes you're annoying because you think you know it all and you don't. I mean,
well, that's where. Let me stop you right there. Let me
Look
stop you
what
right there.
Biden
Let me
does.
stop you right there. Let me
Zeus,
stop you right there.
Zeus, listen,
Lonnie,
listen
Lonnie,
to Biden. I mean,
Lonnie,
seriously, man.
Lonnie,
He's ruined our country.
Lonnie.
All those Democrats have the think.
I'm not getting up here and letting you overtalk me on my platform. This ain't your channel, Lonnie. This is Zeus's channel. All right? I don't care about what you think of President Biden. You got up here with a lie, and you said it was Nancy Pelosi's fault. Now, Lonnie, I want you to tell me why you still believe it was Nancy Pelosi's fault. I'm going to hit unmute for you real quick, and if you don't get straight to business, I'm going to send you back to the pits of hell where you came from. Unmute yourself, Lonnie. Lonnie. Whoa, you don't know how to use the app on TikTok. So you know what, Lonnie? Let me send you back to the pits of hell where you came from. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Lonnie what he deserves. A round of booze and shame. Man, look at it. I've lost my chat section. Hold on. Let me relaunch this app. Hold and I think we're back. I think we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're back. All right. Look at what Lonnie did to my app, ladies and gentlemen. Look at what Lonnie did. Jesus Christ. Can you see me, ladies and gentlemen? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? All right. All right. Good. All right. So Lonnie, you didn't got up here. You then threw my algorithm off. But you know what, Lonnie? You ain't stopped nothing. All right. So. Lonnie, you stay your special behind right there, all right, and listen to what I'm saying. Lonnie, let me explain to you why it wasn't Nancy Pelosi's fault. As you can see, this is one of several graphs that are available. You can go look it up yourself. This one in particular is tied to the unemployment rate, all right? And as you can see, there was a spike. Guess why? Because Donald Trump wasn't doing his job to manage the crisis, the pandemic, right? And so in an act of desperation, Donald Trump to engage in some schemes, all right? What are the schemes, ladies and gentlemen? Well, one of the schemes was, as you remember, the fake electors scheme, right?
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Right. So you had a little fake elector scheme. And then, Lonnie, you said you've been watching my show, Lonnie? Well, you know this part, right? This is the part where he duped every single one of you deranged supporters of his, right? This is what he did. Instead of conceding to Joe Biden, he came out and lied to you supporters.
We had such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight, and then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, oh, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win, so they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court.
Where's the confidence at?
So
Where's the confidence?
Was a tremendous victory.
Where's the confidence in this so-called win? It's gone. because deep in his heart, he knew he lost. But get this, Lonnie, and I know you're still there. You're triggered right now. Listen to this part. This is when he did a Houdini magic trick on you because you're not that intelligent, right? You think you know everything, but you didn't know this. Look at how Donald Trump tricked you.
76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden, everything just stopped. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
The funny thing is, folks like Lonnie, they believed that, right? It was a lie. When the game's over, the score is final. It doesn't change, Lonnie, all right? But you believed it changed simply because Donald Trump said it changed, right? And so what happened next, Lonnie? Well, Donald Trump, now that he's convinced you all that it was stolen, he needs to do something with you now besides, just telling you. What is he going to do? Well, you all remember it, right? We all saw it on social media, all right, when Donald Trump invited his supporters to do what? Meet him in Washington, D.C., and you know exactly how he did it. Attention, all Trump supporters! You know you got that message, right? I lost to Joe Biden, and I'm very angry. So what I need you to do, Lonnie, is go into your checking and savings account and send me all the money, and then empty out your 401k and send me all the money. But then I need you to do something real special for me, all right? I need you to meet me in Washington, D.C. at an event that I am hosting, all right, called Stop the Steal, all right? It's going to be a big protest in Washington, D.C. Be there will be wild. You remember this, Lonnie? Now, you said Nancy Pelosi invited you, right? But I want you to listen to when I say Nancy Pelosi's name while I tell this story, all right? What did Lonnie do? Oh, an opportunity to be wet and wild with my dad. Whoa, that's an offer I can't refuse. How do I get to Washington, D.C.? I sent this man all of my money and I don't have much left. How can I and a bunch of my friends get to Washington, D.C.? Let me scratch my head and think of a way to get to Washington, D.C. And so we found out how a lot of these MAGA demons ended up trying to get to Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen. If you can, feast your eyes on this clever invention called a U-Haul. Yeah, $20 a day, unlimited mileage, 2 in the front, and cram as many as you can in the back. All right, don't just stop with 1. Why not get them by the 2s? Why not get them by the 3s, ladies and gentlemen? Look at how these Trump supporters pack themselves in the back of these U-Hauls. I mean, this is a mode of transportation I've never thought of using, all right? But they did it. They pulled it off. $20 a day. Let's go. And you know who was in the back of these U-Hauls, right, ladies and gentlemen? Let me make sure you see very clearly who these henchmen, these folks are that worship Donald Trump. Take a look at them. The Patriot Front. These are white supremacist groups. The Proud Boys, Boogaloo Boys, Oath Keepers, all cramming themselves in U-Hauls to head to Washington, D.C. to be with their cult leader, Donald J. Trump. Because guess what? They believe the election was stolen and that he won. They still believe this. It gets worse. It gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. It really does. It really does get worse. Because guess what? For the ones who made it to Washington, D.C., they received some updates from Three Toes. You know who this is, Marjorie Trader Green, who we call her, or many of us suspect was the pipe bomber on January 6th. Yeah, they received some updates from her, and listen to what they heard Lieutenant Marge instruct them to do. All right. Listen to what she said to them. All right, and you tell me if this makes sense to you.
Everything. If we flood the Capitol building, flood all the government buildings, go inside. These are public buildings. We own them. We own these buildings. Do you understand that? We own the buildings and we pay all the people that work in the building. Finished with our meetings here at the White House this afternoon. We had a great planning session for our January 6th objection. We aren't going to let this election be stolen by Joe Biden and the Democrats. President Trump won by a landslide, call your House reps, call your senators from your states. We've got to make sure they're on board. We already have a lot of people engaged. Okay, stay tuned.
So that's Marjorie Trader Greene instructing Trump supporters to get ready to launch an attack on the United States government. Don't do it, though, until your daddy gives you those orders. And to the MAGA demon who has asked me, can I get over January 6th? The answer is no. Not until every single one of you admit Donald Trump is responsible for it, and you all take accountability for that domestic terrorist attack you caused on January 6th. Until then, it's going to be business as usual. So that's Marjorie Trader Greene telling you Trump supporters, Lonnie, I hope you're still here, get ready to launch an assault against the United States government. All you got to do is wait on your dad to give you the order. And we all remember what happened next, right? Well, there was an exchange that took place at the White House between Donald Trump and his then Vice President, Mike Pence. Donald Trump moseys into the office and says, Pence, buddy, old pal, I got everything in motion. I got that fake elector scheme that you and I talked about, right? It's cooking, it's brewing. And I got my soldiers waiting for me at the ellipse, all right? All we need for you to do is not certify those votes for Joe Biden, and everything will be okay, if you catch my drift. Mike Pence, he grew a little spine that day, and he said, you know what? I can't do that for you, Mr. President. And this is the vice president saying this to the president. Because in order for me to do that, that would require me to place you above the United States of America's Constitution, a document that our founding fathers and our framers fought and bled for, a document that to this day Americans continue to fight and bleed for. And frankly, I don't think anybody asking me to do such a thing is fit to be president of the United States. You can understand why Mike Pence won't endorse him this time around, right? Donald Trump gets upset and he leans into Mike Pence, visibly flustered, his breath smelling like Big Macs and Diet Coke. And he says, you know what your problem is, Mike Pence? You're a little too honest. And he called him that nasty P word, right? That same P word that you Christians heard him using on the Access Hollywood tape right before you went and cast your vote for him. I'll take care of this myself, Pence. And he turns to his Secret Service and he says, take me to the ellipse to meet up with my troops. Secret Service says, sir, those people are armed to the teeth. They got military grade equipment, tactical gear, weapons you couldn't even imagine, all right? Metal whips and chains, bats, all kinds of dangerous things, even things to unalive the vice president. He said, and then they go, actually, they got this thing called demon spray. He says, demon spray? Yeah, demon spray. What's that? Well, you take a little pepper spray, you take a little bear spray, a little wasp spray, you put some orange dye in it, and then you say a little ritual around it. And then what ends up happening is when you spray it on someone, it makes them get possessed with the MAGA demon. Donald Trump goes, they got that? Yes, Mr. President, they got that. He goes, well, you know what? I don't care. Take me to the ellipse to meet up with my soldiers. They're not bringing that there to harm me anyway. Secret Service, they thought about it and they said, you know what? You're right. They're not going to harm you. And they took him to the ellipse. Yeah. And we all remember this infamous moment, ladies and gentlemen, when Donald Trump made it to the ellipse and he encouraged his soldiers to engage in heinous acts of violence. It's the trench coat, it's the leather gloves, right, that set it off. You know it's a crime scene when there's leather gloves involved. We've seen this before with OJ, right? I saw this and I said, there's no way in heck this is going to end well. I knew it was downhill after that. Listen to what Donald Trump told his soldiers to do that day, ladies and gentlemen. Listen up.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
Right? You heard what he said, right? I mean, it was pretty clear what these folks, what his soldiers needed to do, right? What did he want his soldiers to do?
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
What did he want his soldiers to do?
So, let's have trial by combat.
What did he want his soldiers to do?
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
What did he want his soldiers to do?
We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen. You don't concede when there's death involved.
What did he want his soldiers to do?
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
So, let's have trial by combat.
Why are you saying anyways? Because I'm over here cooking you, James? You're getting cooked? You're getting triggered because I'm showing you the truth? James, do me a favor. Sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. Because it's going to get a little worse for you. All right? And this is for you, James. How many of you know who this woman was? How many of you know who this woman was? All right? How many of you know who this was? James, you know who this woman was? Yeah, this is Ashley Babbitt, one of Donald Trump's foot soldiers on January 6th, who had been radicalized by his big lie and his rhetoric, you know, fight like hell, you know, the whole trial by combat thing. Yeah, she's fully radicalized, indoctrinated. And you know what happened to Ashley Babbitt, right? Take a listen to what Ashley Babbitt, some of the things Ashley Babbitt was caught saying, and you tell me if she was radicalized or not.
District. Why don't you worry about your own goddamn district and the shit that's going on there? You are a complete, I'm telling you right now, I'm putting all you on notice. Every single one of you politicians in California, Gavin Newsom, Jerry Brown, Maxine Waters, Duncan Hunter, what the hell is Kamala? Where is Kamala? Talking about ISIS like KKK. We got this migrant camp. You know what? We have thousands of people on the other side of the border. If people can't get to work, our economy is going to take an absolute tank because you guys refuse to choose America over your stupid political party.
Capitol and a mob, there's an estimated over 3 million people here today. So despite what the media tells you, boots on ground definitely say something different. There is a sea of nothing but red, white, and blue patriots and Trump.
A sea of nothing but red, white, and blue patriots for Trump. She's confirming who is there on the battlefield at the scene of the crime. And yet y'all want to sit out here and blame who? Yeah, y'all better take it back and change your tune. All right. And just for the record, you all remember what happened to Ashley Babbitt, right? You all remember what happened to Ashley, right? Let me remind you what happened to Ashley Babbitt. That's the moment right before Ashley Babbitt lost her life in the battlefield. Ashley Babbitt lost her life, a woman, in the battlefield because of Donald Trump's big lie. A woman Donald Trump said he would protect. She lost her life in the battlefield listening to Donald Trump's lie. All right? This was the crime scene we remember. And what did Donald Trump do, ladies and gentlemen, when he found out Ashley Babbitt lost her life? Does anyone remember? Let me remind you.
Information that stands out to me is that Donald Trump was passed a note after one of the rioters was shot in the Capitol and was made clear that this person had been shot, this woman had been shot in the chest. And the valet says that he offered no reaction upon learning that. He kept sitting in the chair watching the violence unfurl on TV.
A non-reaction at the death of Ashley Babbitt.
He didn't even care. As far as he was concerned, she failed to complete the mission. He was the commander-in-chief. 187 minutes. He did absolutely nothing. And this is what they get upset about, right? This attack on the United States Capitol was not a peaceful protest like BLM. This was not a tourist visit that had gone awry. This was a crime scene planned and organized by Donald Trump and his inner circle all the way down to his foot soldiers. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump played his supporters like a fiddle. He lured them to the United States Capitol and convinced them to engage in heinous acts of violence. They're going to jail. They've thrown their lives away while he's flying around in his private jet golfing. This is truly the crime scene of January 6th. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on. I got some folks who participated in this insurrection who have now been brought to justice. All right, they've been brought to justice. All right, and we're gonna cruise through this because we don't got much time. I got to open up the boxes. All right, you know how we do. A Centre County man found guilty of most charges against him for his role in the January 6th Capitol attack. A Penns Valley man was convicted on Thursday for using a metallic pole to attack a police officer during the January 6th attack. Terry L. Allen, 65, Spring Mills, was found guilty Thursday of nearly all the charges against him following a 2-day bench trial before U.S. District Judge Amit Mehta. He was convicted of 7 charges, including civil disorder, assaulting an officer with a dangerous weapon, and entering and remaining in a restricted building with a deadly weapon. He was acquitted of 1 count of assaulting an officer with a dangerous weapon. Defense lawyers Nicole Cubbage and Kara West said the charge alleged Allen used about a 5-foot wooden flagpole as a lance to attack officers in a restricted area. His lawyers declined further comment, and he was released pending his sentence, which is scheduled for November 14th. All right? So that's one MAGA demon that's been brought to justice. And who do we got right here, ladies and gentlemen? Today we're getting 2-for-1 special, all right? We're going to get a 2-for-1 special. Invoking QAnon shaman, judge slams the sword-wielding Colonel Garb wearing January 6 rioters' attempt to reduce his sentence. Isaac Yoder, a man who wore Colonel Garb wielding a metal sword and nearly a 6-foot-long flagpole as he stormed the United States Capitol on January 6, has resoundingly failed to convince a federal judge in Washington, D.C. that his sentence of 1 year in prison should be reduced because, as Yoder has insisted, the sword wasn't a dangerous weapon, but merely a prop for his costume. That's a new one. It's a prop. Well, this jail is going to be a prop for you, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got. We got 2-for-1. 2 MAGA demons who have committed heinous acts of violence, seditionist, treasonous acts against the United States government. You know what we got to do. Join me in giving these traitors what they deserve. A round of boos and shame. All right, and since they want to be soldiers in the Confederate Army so bad, right? You know what we got to do? Let's send them off the old-fashioned way.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
You hear that? You hear that, MAGA? You hear this guy, the one that lured you to the United States Capitol, all of a sudden changing his tune and telling you you do not represent the United States and that you will pay? You see what I mean when I say he played you all like a fiddle? To the folks that are still in the cult, listen up. And I'm always going to say this. Get out of the cult while you can, because your soul is truly on the line. See, many of you don't get it. You like to go around here and saying the rest of the world thinks we're weak and they're laughing at us. And you think it's because of Joe Biden. It's not. The rest of the world thinks you're weak and they're laughing at you, MAGA, because they see you wearing those ridiculous red hats. All right? Running around in this man's circus. And you know it's a circus, right? You didn't think it was. It is a circus. All right? And let me explain to you why it's a circus. Because this man literally does what a clown does every day. Clown wears makeup. What does he do? He wakes up and puts on that orange makeup. Ooh. James, don't I look so good? Lonnie, don't I look so good? A clown wears a wig. Look at him, put that bird's nest smack dab right there on his cranium. You ever seen the clown's outfit? He got that thing around his waist with that ridiculous suit. This man does the same thing. He puts that diaper on, all right? And then he puts on that crumpled blue suit with that ridiculous red tie. And he gets on his Truth Social platform and gives you all your daily dose of lies and misinformation. And you eat it up like pigs eat slop. It's really disgusting when you look at it that way, right? Disgusting and disturbing. You got slop hanging all off your mouth. And you go, ooh, I know everything. No, you don't. You're all confused. You're under this demonic spell that this man has placed you under. And it is a circus because if you think about it, right? Look at what he's doing. He's selling you golden shoes. When do you need golden shoes except for in a circus? Trump University. Some people really got degrees. Listen to me. Some people really got degrees from Trump University. Oh my God. Oh my God. Trump charities, Trump steaks, Trump waters, Trump NFTs, Trump bucks. I mean, the list goes on and on and on with this guy. He's grifting you like your life like his life depends on it. And you all can't see it. I'm laughing at you because it's funny, but it's also dangerous. And I'll be honest with you. Ladies and gentlemen, there's even something more serious about this, because guess what his supporters do in the circus? They walk that tightrope of lies. They jump through those hoops of misinformation and disinformation defending this guy. Right now, they're defending Donald Trump from being affiliated with Epstein. Y'all really entered uncharted territory, all right? Seriously, y'all are on y'all way to hell. Do you get it? And see, speaking of hell, you know what I got to do. I didn't want to do it, but you know what? I got to do it. It's Friday, and I got to once again explain to you, Trump supporters, why I firmly believe everybody that supports Donald Trump will get the ultimate MAGA reward, jail. And if you don't get your soul right, hell, with a chapter 11 in between. Let me explain it to you, you Trump supporters. When you take your last breath on this planet, right? And you're going to be riding on that Trump train, and you're going to be going, oh, I'm going to be one with Jesus when I get to heaven. And you're going to get to those pearly gates, and that train is going to stop, right? And you're going to grab your luggage, and you're going to say, oh, this is my stop. I'm going to go party with Jesus. The conductor is going to go, No. You Trump supporter, stay on the train. Yeah. You might want to stay on this train. Actually, you got to stay on this train because you can't get off here. And you're going to go, wait a second. No, this is my stop. No. Stay on this Trump train. All right? You get off at the next stop. Oh, really? What's the next stop? Well, you know, that's the thing. It's not heaven, but you're going to get off and you're going to wish you made it into heaven when you get there. Oh, what? No. I am a Christian. I worship Donald Trump. Please let me. And the good Lord's going to say, no. See, you surrendered your soul over to Donald Trump. That's not what I asked you to do. I told you to give it to me. You gave it to Donald Trump. So no, you can't get in. You got to go where Donald Trump's going. You know exactly where that's at, right? And you're going to say, no, no, no. I didn't know what you're saying. I didn't know Donald Trump was like you say he was. Please let me in. And then you know what's going to happen. He's going to say, didn't you go to Zeus's live and hear Zeus telling you all these things, the truth? And you chose to ignore it, didn't you? And then he's going to play this live right back to you. And he's going to see you in the chat saying those deranged things to Zeus. And he goes, that's you right there. Got you on tape. I don't want to hear it. Get on your knees, get back in your seat, and get back on that Trump train and go straight to hell. All right? And you're going to go crying back to your seat, and that Trump train is going to take off. Goodbye. Have a fun. It's really hot where you're going. Have fun over there. And the train is going to fade off into darkness. And all you Trump supporters are going to lift your eyes up in the lake of fire. You're prime candidates for hell. If you don't get out of the cult, you're going to be the one sitting on that train with Donald Trump and his supporters. I promise you. I told you I'm a dangerous man on TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my monologue. Let's open up the boxes and talk to the people. Let's open up the boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. All right, and shame the devil. All right, the boxes are now open. All right, and listen, you know what we like to do on the morning show? What we like to do is keep the morning show nice and clean, full of truth. All right, and if you feel like something I've said may not necessarily be accurate, you know what I say? Bring the proof so we all can be as wise as you. But don't get up in here in the box and start all that pivoting stuff, because Zeus really doesn't want to hear it. All right, today is Friday, and I'm actually in a good mood. All right, so let's open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. All right. Hopefully, some of the people that I didn't get to yesterday are here. All right, because I do want to make sure I hear from everybody. All right. Oh, okay. Who do we got? Started off with a MAGA demon. Conservative. What's going on? Conservative. Morning. Yeah. It's interesting that you are. You're quite the attendee of my morning show. So, what do you got to talk about today?
The first time I've been here in a month and a half.
Oh, okay. That's the first lie. So you're just going to get in the box with lies.
Go ahead, Zeus.
Did I summon you, or did you come to talk to Zeus?
Oh, this is your show, champ.
Yeah. So what did you want to bring up? You got 3 minutes. I try to be fair. You got 3 minutes. So let's not waste time. Get to it.
Well, I noticed that you're pushing the same propaganda that you was 2 years ago.
What, in terms of what?
Hating Trump.
Let me ask you a question. Have you learned anything yet?
How determined you are.
Okay, what else? What about your support for Donald Trump?
It hasn't faded.
Yeah. So you know what I say then, right? With all the stuff that's came out about Donald Trump, you're just as guilty as he is.
You guys have been crying wolf for 8 years, and you expect us to believe that BS?
I don't really expect much out of you, to be honest. I thought you were a little more intelligent than that, but as far as I'm concerned, you might want to get one of those cognitive tests, because something's really wrong with you.
That's what your president needs.
No. See, this is what I'm saying.
Did you hear what he told the leader of NATO? Or
What?
the representative of NATO?
What?
That he effed his wife?
And your point, what? I don't believe that's what he said.
Okay, Zeus.
And if he did say it, he had a flub. If he did, he had a flub. I mean,
Haley, champ.
You know what the problem is, Mr. Conservative Demon? You know what the problem is? You, for some strange reason, you can't scrutinize Donald Trump one bit. Right now, the biggest thing that you are overlooking is his Epstein thing. What do you think about that?
It's fake.
Fake?
As fake as it can get.
Well, you know what's fake? This. Ladies and gentlemen, you see what I just did? I had to drop him like a bad habit. Conservative Democrat, you are a liar, and you can't hang around me with that kind of mentality, all right? Keep the demon to yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Conservative Democrat what he deserves. A round of booze and shame.
Silence! You never demon!
All right, let's keep it going, ladies and gentlemen. We got some deranged demons in the
Not
chat.
this one.
Oh, not you. No. Good
Oh,
morning, Ange. How are you doing, Ange?
I'm well. How are you? I'm sorry.
I'm all right. I am all right.
You're in a good mood today. This is great.
Yeah, it's Friday, letting my hair down, so to speak, and we're getting the truth out there, Democrats are getting their act together, and we're still holding MAGA feet to the fire.
Good. I'm glad you got rid of what's his name, Conservative D. I refuse to call him a Democrat. Did he just? What was he? I had to step out for a second. What was he talking about with NATO? What did he say that
something about Biden made a remark about someone's wife? He had a flub. He had a flub, and I'm like, it's getting old. It's getting old.
It is. The thing is Trump didn't even know what NATO was. He said he didn't know it. So, I mean, at least Biden knew what NATO was. Trump didn't.
Yeah.
But anyway, you said we're keeping it clean, so we're going to try. I came up because I'm very concerned with this as a person who does really care about children. And I'm not a fake one. I really do.
Thank you.
Again, Trump has not addressed anything to do with child care costs. Nothing. And I just found this out yesterday in their little Project 2025 thing. They want to take away Head Start.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people probably know that Head Start is education for low-income families.
Yeah.
They want to take that away. Do you know what preschool actually costs for people that are not low income? Hundreds of dollars per week just to educate your child.
Tell them.
So they're taking that away. You want to take away free lunches?
They don't care.
Don't sit there and tell me that you care. You don't give a rat's behind.
Thank you.
It's
Tell them, Ange.
Pro-birth is what I call it. It is pro-birth. I could just preach this all day. Once they are here, you don't care. You want to take away their education. You want to take away food.
Yep.
Kids can't even learn if they don't have food. The studies have shown they can't even think when they're hungry. And Zeus, I witnessed this. As a teacher, I witnessed this. I would bring in my own food from home to feed these kids that are hungry.
She's not lying. You're lying.
You are a liar. I don't know who's saying that. Step into a public school. Step in there. I dare you. I bet you have it. All you jerks that come in, they're indoctrinating the kids. No, we're educating. We can't talk about politics. You can lose your damn job for that. Educate yourself. I know that's difficult, but before you speak on it, you speak on it, someone said I was a teacher, poor kids. Give me a break. Your kids would be safer with me than with you.
They
absolutely would.
These people are some of the sickest people.
I shouldn't even look at the comments because it's just gross. I don't need to hear from them. You know, they're all a bunch of traitors. I saw one of them. Oh, why do you always got to cover January 6th? Because you got to cover them until each one of them is held accountable.
Bingo.
That's why.
Bingo.
And
thank you, Ange.
They have not been found. Not all of them have been found accountable. So all you fake lawyers and you fake Christians, and now we have our fake neurologists. Everybody's a neurologist now. Everybody's diagnosing dementia and Parkinson's or whatever the heck else.
All of a sudden,
can we add fake neurologists to fake lawyers and fake Christians?
Yep, we sure
will. Can we do that?
We sure will.
One last thing. I'll try to get my thing in for 3 minutes. One last thing. I was talking with some MAGA demons this morning, and they flat out say religion belongs in schools. It needs to be intertwined with education. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is? That's fascism.
Bingo.
That's one of the 14 tenets of fascism. That's what that
Yeah.
is when you intertwine your dang religion with education.
Tell them,
Keep it out
man.
of the schools. I don't want my kids taught that. They're already putting the Bible in schools. They're already putting the 10 Commandments. I would yank my kids out of that school so dang fast. That does
Yep.
not belong there.
Tell them, Ange. Tell them.
I
Spot
told him
on.
that I'm sorry if that wasn't clean. I was a little fired up this morning.
No. You have to explain it to these simple-minded individuals, right? Because one of the things we're noticing with MAGA is they really can't think for themselves at the end of the day, right? They really struggle at comprehending simple concepts. All right, so thank you so much for explaining.
One last real quick thing. Conservative D, I wasn't even talking about you, but you put your behind up in the box.
Tell
You
him, Ange.
are obsessed with Zeus. You are here first thing in the morning. I've been going to a live in the evening where Zeus has been frequently. You are there till 10, 11 o'clock at night. That live goes on for a long time, and you are there too.
Oh.
What time of the day do you not think of Zeus? Please tell me.
Mm.
The next time you come I want you to answer that question. What
Thank
time
you.
in the day do you not think of Zeus?
Ugh.
He is an honest, humble, handsome man, but he
Thank
doesn't
you.
want you. He doesn't want you, conservative D. None of us do. On that note,
Thank you,
happy
man.
Friday, and thank you for having me out.
You're absolutely welcome. Pressed and obsessed. Thank you, Tiffany. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Ange. No lies detected. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. Who do we have? All right, good morning, Brother Swerve. Nice to see you, my brother. How are you doing?
Good morning, Zeus. Good morning to
Hey.
the kingdom.
Good morning.
Happy Friday, everybody. So this whole religion and school thing, like I said before, I recommend everybody go watch this documentary on Tubi called Bad Faith.
Okay.
It explains, going all the way back to the 40s and 50s, how Christian nationalism has tried to insert itself into American politics.
Right.
Ronald Reagan helped them do it. Bush Jr. helped them do it. And now they have some of them actually in our Congress and Senate. Little Marco, Josh Hawley. These are all Christian nationalists who believe that this country was founded on Christian principles. And it wasn't. We were fleeing religious persecution. That's what got people to flee from England.
Okay.
And the First Amendment says, government shall make no laws concerning religion. But for some reason, they still seem to think that, the country was founded on religion and the 10 Commandments were part of our history, and they just weren't.
Right.
The Bible was written thousands of years ago, and it's been changed and amended so many times, it's not even funny. And, one of the things that I always look at, Zeus, is I'm not a theologian. I don't know much about the Bible. I don't even pretend to know a lot about the Bible. But I do know there are some things in the Bible that can kind of resonate with all of us, especially the phony Christians who want to say they're out there to protect children and, thou shalt not have a false god before me. I think that's one of the commandments.
Yep.
And, let me remind everyone of the gold statue of Donald Trump. Okay, so you
I remember that.
They created a false god, just like the golden calf. And now they're going, like you always tell them, Zeus, and I agree with you 100%. You better get your soul right, because there's going to be a pit stop on the way to hell. It's called bankruptcy. And then you're gonna finish your life out going to hell with some gasoline. Look,
They
pure,
on
plain
their
and
way.
simple.
Yeah.
Now,
They on their way and proud of it too, right?
oh, they're happy to go. They're happy to go on behalf of Donald Trump. They are happy to go.
Wow.
The other thing I wanted to talk about, so I was in the live last night with you and Jeff.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And I wanted to talk about Tiny Tank Top Triggered Tom.
He's here. Go ahead. Give him some of that.
I know he's
feedback.
in here. He's
Thank
always in here.
Yeah.
You don't. I love how he says you don't come with any facts or you don't back up any of your stuff. Meanwhile, you got the article up behind you in the background.
Yeah.
You play the media clips, and Tom just refuses to go and look these things up. And then we'll sit there and try to denigrate you by saying you don't back up anything. He can easily go and fact check everything that you've said. He brings no proof to the table, no substance for anything other than just yell at people. And I guess last night at some point he decided to get his wife in on it.
Yeah.
That's just foolish. That's just foolish. Because now instead of one person looking like an idiot, now you got two people looking like an idiot.
Whoa.
Okay, and I'll say that with my whole chest. Because he doesn't bring any substance or anything. All he wanted to do is yell at you and Jeff. And he sat there and cooked for a little while. And I mean, man sitting there on camera with his neck looking like he gargles peanut butter or something, thinking he looks good.
Lord have mercy. You see, Tom, this is that feedback. Go for it.
I'm going to tell you like this. Since you have no influence on Taney Tank Top Triggered Tom Turkey.
I love how you put the extra T in there for triggered, Swerve. That is so hilarious because he stays triggered.
Oh, he stays triggered. I love how you have no influence on him. You haven't been right about anything, yet he changed his name because of you. Might as well just go ahead and add the triggered part and get it over with. Because the dude stays triggered. And I'm sorry, but if you have the news article up behind you, he can easily go and fact check you. But he won't do that. He just wants to call names and sit there and be angry that he's voting for Donald Trump. And he'll say he's not voting for Trump. But we know the truth. We know he
sure do.
So,
we know the truth.
Listen, brother, I heard my bell.
All righty then. Nice hearing from you, and have a great rest of your day, bro. All right,
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You folks in the kingdom, you all be well. You all be safe. And doggone it, have fun while you're doing it.
All righty then, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Brother Swerve, No Lies Detected. It's a show of force, ladies and gentlemen. What we do is simple. We get out here and we tell the truth and we shame the devil. It's not that difficult, ladies and gentlemen. It really, really isn't. All right. Who do we have next? Who does this? Benji. Benji, greetings. Welcome to the show. Going once, going twice. Greetings, Benji.
Good morning, Z. How you doing?
Hey, I'm all right. This is our first time doing business, huh?
Yes. I watch you all the time. Every day. I watch you every single day.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds like you're friendly. All right. What do you got for us, if you don't mind?
Yes. This is so crazy here. Joe Biden made several attempts to contact Greg Abbott about supporting aid to the Texas people that lost their lives in Hurricane Barrow. Okay. Greg Abbott ignored Joe Biden calls. Every time Joe Biden called Greg Abbott office, Greg Abbott did not answer Joe Biden's phone call.
Wait a second. So Biden is trying to get aid out there in Texas as a result of the recent hurricane, and Biden is not accepting the aid? I mean, Abbott is not accepting the aid.
Correct. Abbott had ignored Joe Biden, so Joe Biden tried to contact Greg Abbott about producing aid to Texas.
Wow. And why do you think he's doing that? Why do you think he's ignoring Biden's calls?
He doing that because so they can say that Biden is not doing his job. That's all it is. They're trying to use that for a cover, so they can cover up with sugar and say that Biden is not trying to help the American people. That's the reason why that.
Thank you.
That's the reason why Greg Abbott did what he did, and then and Trump is also behind this too, because everything Trump tell to do, they do it.
I hope to God this isn't true, Benji. I really do. Because
it's true.
If this is true, what a disgrace this is to our nation. Because you got some people out here saying it's not true. What do you say to those people who are saying it's not true, Benji?
No, they don't want to believe it's true. The ones that say that it's not true, they're the ones that support Trump. They are the ones that believe in the Project 2025. But it's not going to happen.
Wow.
So you people can say Joe Biden old, but I don't care if he's old. I don't care if he's in the wheelchair. I don't care if he's sick. I still support Biden.
Amen.
I see, yeah, because I see everything what Biden doing. His administration is great. His administration is way better off than Trump.
Yep.
And then I don't care what nobody say. I watch it every day. The food price is going down so fast because he would say the food price is going to go down.
Yeah,
and then what gets me? Stop blaming the president for everything because the president don't control the gas prices.
Yes.
It don't. That's the U.S. stock market doing this.
Hey, go ahead. Tell these people what is really going on out here, Benji. Let them know. So overall, you think President Biden is doing a pretty good job, right?
Yes, he is. He's doing a great job. If he did it, I wouldn't support him.
Bingo. Same here. Same here. Yeah, inflation is down 3%. Wow, look at that. Well, listen, Benji, it was a pleasure checking in with you, brother. All right.
All right.
I gotta move it on. No lies detected, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, I'm gonna give you a follow, my brother. All right, I gotta give you a follow so that we stay in trouble. Come on back and keep bringing the truth. Heaven checked it. Fact check true, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Benji a round of applause. Thank you, brother.
My pleasure.
All right, no lies detected. Yeah. So what we got is these nasty games that are being played by the Republicans, all right? And it's not going to work, all right? Let's bring up, you guessed it, Union Game. Rick, what's going on, brother? Hey.
What's up? Power to the people. I'm riding with Biden, baby. Just let them know we riding with Biden.
Let's go.
Hey, it's going down. I watched you cook that Aussie chick last night. She came on pushing all that disinformation. I had to laugh, man. I had to laugh. Aussies for Trump. Like, are you kidding me, man? Foreigners for Trump.
Yeah.
It is wild. These MAGAs be losing their mind. I'm asking them basic civics questions.
Yes.
Basic civics questions. Like, what are the first 3 words in the Constitution? And they can't tell you.
Oh.
Right? They can't tell you. I'm like, man, I'm literally holding the document up.
Go ahead.
They walk around with Me the People tattoos, but they have no idea about the Constitution. They have no idea what the Bible states. They're just zombies out here. I love you, Orange Jesus. I love you. Right? They're out here with tattoos of this man on their upper thigh. And they cannot tell you the 3 branches of government. Right? Where y'all at, MAGA? I'm literally out here with basic cars. Do you know more than an immigrant? Right? And then people try to talk trash about President Biden. We ride with Biden. It's as simple as that.
Amen.
Because we gonna ride with Biden over the guy who stole national defense secrets, over the guy who got 34 felonies, man, over the guy who got the racketeering charges against him.
Bingo.
Right? We're gonna continue to go with the president who has impacted my life directly with the PACT Act.
Bingo.
Like, changed my life and the life of many veterans with the PACT Act.
Bingo.
Saved this country, man, from going back into the Great Depression. Just like Barack Obama did when he was Barack Obama's VP.
Oh, no,
right?
Doozy,
It's funny how if you get
true.
people who are educated, if you get people who are educated and experienced, they know how to turn things around for the government.
Yeah.
So no matter what CNN says, no matter what MSNBC says, no matter what none of the lamestream media say, we ride with Biden.
There you go.
No matter what.
There you go.
Because Kamala Harris is waiting in the wings to take over if something happened. And we know that's really what people are fearing right now. They're fearing that black planet. But I got something for you. It's simple. You want to save democracy? Believe black women and vote like black women.
Bingo.
It's just that simple.
Tell them, Rick. Tell them, Union Gang.
Straight up. Hey, you know how we gonna do, baby. Union Gang represent. You know I got much love for you, man.
I got a lot
of
thank you as well, brother. I mean, I really do appreciate you coming through and bringing the truth the way that you do. But let's get into the Biden stuff right now. You're saying, did you watch the press conference a little bit yesterday?
I watched it live. I watched it most of it.
Okay. Some people are still going, Biden needs to have a cognitive test. That's what they were arguing with me yesterday. Biden needs a cognitive test. What is your thoughts? Does Biden need to go sit down at a desk and get a pencil and a piece of paper and take a test to prove to you?
Not in the slightest. Biden's have gaffes his whole career. We know that he's mixed up words, but they want to give this guy, Mr. Battery versus Mr. Shark, right? They want to give this guy who mixed up everything with 30,000 lives. He don't have to pass a cognitive test. Mr. man, woman, person, camera, TV.
Yeah.
They don't want to give this man a cognitive test. Do they really think that this man is fit to run a lemonade stand, let alone become president of the United States of America? Really? It's not even close. Right? It should be, listen, Biden should be whooping him like Reagan beat Mondale. It should be a straight landslide.
Bingo.
And the reason that it isn't is because you got the lamestream media trying to make this a horse race. They want to keep this thing tight for ratings. And there's nothing you can tell me. And a lot of them people have been donating to Trump. We know for a fact that CNN's right-wing CEO, he was purging all the left people out of CNN. They got rid of Suzanne Malveaux. They got rid of Don Lemon. They was getting rid of all of them until he finally got clipped. And that's what I haven't been watching CNN for years.
Yeah.
So when they roll out the red carpet for Trump and they will not fact check a man who lied 30,000 times while he was president, it's like, who did it better? Right? They said this man was a father of lies, but I can tell you right now, this guy got way more lies than this.
Wow.
Right? Yeah, he lied 30,000 times in 4 years. Show me where he lied 30,000 times in the Bible. Anywhere, even in the Apocrypha. Show me where this man lied 30,000 times. So
even the devil was like, I need my job
exactly.
back.
He stole his title. Now he's a father of lies. So Satan got beef with him like, dude, you stole my title. This is the true father of lies right here.
Yeah.
And that's it, baby. We ride with Biden, Micah.
Amen.
We ride with Biden.
Amen. All right. Well, listen, brother, as always, it's a pleasure to have you come up and bring your wisdom and your knowledge. Again, I really, really do appreciate it. All right.
Likewise. Hey,
all right.
Keep doing the Lord's work out here, man. We appreciate you, Zeus.
All right. I appreciate you as well, my brother. Ladies and gentlemen, let's
right,
give it up to Union Gang. Power to the people. Show some love. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the truth is flowing, and it is flowing abundantly. All right. And we're going to get this right before the election. I promise you we will. Let's bring up our next panelist. Oh, okay. Look at the MAGA demon right here. Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom triggered. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? How'd you like my
Sounds
wife?
like you got a call. Sounds like you got a call, right?
Yeah, it'll hang up. So how'd you like my wife destroying you last night?
No, she didn't do that. Honestly, I felt real bad for her. All right, because it sounds to me like she just doesn't know what's going on TikTok. She doesn't even know how to use TikTok.
She doesn't get on TikTok, and the one time she does, she destroyed both of you guys.
Okay. So what else do you got? Because I'm not going to talk about your wife. I'm not going to. I will talk about you though. How about that?
I have influence over your show because when I come on here, you guys seem to talk about me all the time, and I enjoy it. Thank you for that. I actually do enjoy it.
Oh, okay, and that's fine because you know, there's a saying, right? The same thing makes you laugh or make you cry. You do see where this is headed, right?
You'll never make me cry.
No. You are because here's the thing. You're under a strong delusion, right? And if you don't get out of it, a lot of bad and nasty things are going to happen to you.
Oh, really?
Right?
Tell me what they are. Tell me what they are.
No.
Oh, come on. You said a lot of bad stuff is going to happen. So what are they? You seem to be able to tell the future. So what are those bad things?
Well, I put it this way. Come November, you're going to be singing a different
I don't care if he wins or loses. I don't care.
Well, then what is your angle? Why do you obsess yourself with Zeus and what Zeus does? I don't
because
get it.
It is absolutely amazing. You tell people to come up here with proof, but you don't show any. I don't care about your graphs in the background. You can make those up. You play edited audio. You don't. The only thing you try to do is find a way to insult people.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
And this is a very simple question. Do you have any evidence on you that I could see right now? Pull
about
it up,
what?
right? You have any evidence of anything that supports what you believe? Do you have it on you?
What am I saying that I need to back up?
Anything. You don't have anything?
What am I saying that I need to back up? I am not bringing up I am not bringing up any political stuff. What do I need?
Okay, so guess what then? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Goodbye, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom triggered you. Don't have any information for Zeus. Once again, you failed. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom what he deserves. He's a MAGA demon who keeps losing like his cult leader, Donald Trump, and has absolutely no information on him, but loves to cry about the information I give him. Let's give Tiny Tank Top Tom triggered a round of booze and shame. Let's go. right? This, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom. Yeah, get your life together, bro, because you're really losing, and you're losing real, real bad. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we got this time, ladies and gentlemen? Who do we got? My good friend Nutty Professor. Welcome, Nutty. How are you doing? Wow, we got quite the show, but I think we'll be able to get through most of these. Let's go.
Zeus, you're a better man than I am because you said you won't talk about his wife, but I will. Hey, Tom, guess what? The kennel around the corner, they want you to bring the pet back that you took out for a walk last night. So you need to take her back to the kennel. All right? So, or what about the orangutan back over there at the zoo that you went to? All right? Because she looked like every bit of a monkey. So yeah, just like you, brother. So, and for you, conservative D, F, X, Y, and Z, at least that little comment that you made about Joe Biden effing his wife, at least he's talking about his own wife, unlike Donald Trump, who does everybody else's wife. So what you want to get now? You want to get up here and talk about Joe Biden? Something that he didn't say, but that you want to say, well, what about? At least if he did say it, he was talking about his own wife, my brother.
Oh. So there's
now
more
what
to
do you
it.
have to say, sir? Because what's funny to me, you can't get up in here and say one disparaging thing about that orange monkey you call Donald Trump. Furthermore, I need you to pick up the phone, call your mama, and ask her why she didn't swallow. Because you are just as disgusting as Tank Top, Tiny Tim, whatever his name is. Y'all are some disgusting animals.
Wow.
Y'all want to talk about Joe Biden? Let's talk about Joe Biden. Let's have this discussion. Let's have political discourse. But what we're not going to do, we're not going to talk about his mental capabilities. We're not going to talk about whatever he said about his wife. We're going to talk about his record. Get in here and talk about the record. Because we can have disagreements on the record. What we can't and will not have a disagreement on is his cognitive ability. Especially since you have a candidate that you're sitting there slurping on that has no cognitive abilities because he was sat in the White House for 4 years and didn't do a damn thing. Except he golfed. He golfed for an entire year. He golfed the equivalent of an entire year. This man golfed. He didn't do the work for the American people. That's why we had hundreds of thousands of Americans dying from a pandemic, because he wanted to downplay it. Union Gang just said it best. He is the father of lies. And yet you want to sit there and simp for this man? How dare you? Woo! I am so sick of y'all that I'm ready to just throw up all over you because I'm sick of you. Get in here and talk about policy. Policy, because I know you don't know how to spell. Woo! Let's talk about policy. Let's talk about the inflation. Let's talk about the Inflation Reduction Act. Let's talk about health care. Let's talk about feeding the hungry. Let's talk about the homeless population. Let's talk about the economy. Let's talk about all these things. But what we're not going to do is talk about Joe Biden stepping aside because we're riding with Biden.
Amen. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? We're going to give Nutty what Nutty just did. Oh, yeah. That was what we're going to call, here we go.
Fatality.
He get two of them.
Fatality.
He gets two of them for that. Yeah. Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom and Conservative D. You've just been cooked. See, I got to be nice because, if I get into that, then they try to take you down. So... I got to be nice, but Nutty, you know what? Keep on cooking, bro. Keep on cooking. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Nutty a round of applause. Wow. Oh, wow, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Oh, my goodness. All right. I got to talk to Shay. Shay, you're in Texas. Now, I've heard that statement that CD, who said that? Was it CD?
Yeah, what was his name?
No, Benji. He said Abbott is not he's not answering the phone when the Biden is reaching out.
He's not even in the country. He's in South Korea. He's and when the what was it? The other catastrophe we had. Oh no, it was. Remember when the rednecks, the Patriots, are coming down to Texas and they're trying to save us from the invasion on the border.
Oh yeah. Oh my
And
God.
then they found out that there was no invasion. They got all upset. You have that audio that's recorded about that woman screaming about
Yes. To the Patriots, those people.
Patriots. Well, Greg Abbott wasn't even here. He was in South Korea again. I don't know what he's doing in South Korea. I don't know what he's dealing with. I don't know if we're going to build some Samsung stuff here. I have no idea.
Right.
But no, he wasn't even here, and it's true. So here's the deal. So we have a Cat 1 hurricane. Our electric grid has gone down again. This was not a bad storm. It was a Cat 1 hurricane. We've dealt with Cat 4s, Cat 3s, and our energy was fine. So I don't know what is going on. But he wasn't here to help. He wasn't here. And so what they decided to do, he and Dan Patrick decided to play politics and claim that Joe Biden hasn't been returning their calls, where they have shown evidence that Joe Biden has called them 7 times. Wow. But they're playing politics with people's lives. We've lost 17 lives in Houston due to it. We're going to lose more because there are still people with no power and their homes are in the 90 degrees. And they're playing politics. They're literally playing politics. It's BS to me. What
people do you think that impacts the most? What people do you think what group of people, what demographic of folks do you think this impacts the most, Shay?
The poorest. And that can run across the lines, but as we know in our urban development, it's obviously BIPOC people are most affected at times. But we're all affected. I mean, it's just people's lives are upended. I've got people still asking, hey, does anybody have someplace we can stay? I mean, it's so disgusting. We have parts of neighborhoods that are running and other parts that aren't. It makes no sense. The grid is so wonky right now. None of it makes sense. It's so sad. And they're going to sit here and go, oh, Joe Biden hasn't called us back. Joe doesn't have to call you back. He can send a declaration of emergency through the pen. It's just, but y'all making this political makes no sense. This is how disgusting these people are.
Yeah.
It's disgusting to me. I mean, this is what Republicans do. They look for everything they can because they know that they're losing. They know they're going to lose to Joe Biden. You guys keep thinking, because there's people in his party that are asking him to step down. That doesn't mean they're voting for Trump. It means we hold our leaders accountable. Bingo. We complain. We hold our feet to the fire. We don't. Yes. That's the difference with our group. So we're going to sit and go, could we do better? Can we do this? Is this that doesn't mean that that anybody's voting for Trump.
Nope.
I mean, Trump is cooked. He got fired. And I just because he accidentally slipped up and said Trump instead of Kamala. Here's my thing. Where the hell is Trump's VP? Where's Mike Pence? Why does he have to pick a new VP? It's weird, right? He could call Kamala Putin. We don't care if he slipped up and accidentally called her a different. He knows who his VP is, and his VP is sticking right by his side.
Yep.
But never mind that Trump has called Nancy Pelosi Nikki Haley 4 times.
Tell him, Shay.
He's called Hillary Clinton Barack Obama 7 times. Miss me with your ridiculousness that he slips up here and there. Yeah. Anybody that ever makes speeches or answers questions, like I speak for a living, you slip up. You'll say this.
I do too. I do. I have a teleprompter right here, Shay. Sometimes I slip up. It happens. I mean, and I'm nowhere near at the age of Biden. But you know what? I said it's pretty impressive that he's battling he's battling Putin, right? He's trying to keep this country running, and he's dealing with infighting within the Democratic Party, and he's still waking up every day doing the job. Isn't that impressive for him to be doing that at his age?
It is impressive. I wouldn't want to do that job in my 80s, let alone in my 50s.
Yeah.
It's an exhausting job. I mean, everybody knows when someone goes in the office, they come out looking real older. It's a hard job, and he made a good thing. He's like, where was Trump? He's been playing golf for 11 days. He's riding around in his golf cart and marking down his score. That's what he's getting done. Meanwhile, I've gone to 22 different events in the last 11 days. I'm running this country. Misleading.
And one last thing. I appreciated that he addressed the whole Kamala Harris replacing him thing. Did you hear him say that?
Yes, he did.
That was the dagger right there. I said, we don't have a problem now. He said, I knew she could run this country. That's why I picked her to be my vice president.
Absolutely.
Case closed.
And she'll do a fantastic job. And let me tell you, the NATO leaders are all coming out. You know, the new PM for the UK, Keir Starmer.
Yeah.
Said, I just got off the phone with Biden. We're backing him up. He's doing fine. Olaf from Germany, same thing. They're all coming out and saying, listen, if we don't back Biden, we're fine with Biden. He's strong and he's fine with us. If we don't back Biden, we lose NATO if Trump comes back in.
Tell him. And I agree. I completely agree. So that's why we're going to continue to back Biden, who is standing up to Vladimir Putin and strengthening NATO over Donald Trump when we know what he's trying to do, right, Shay?
He's about to get 11 auto plants that are possibly going out of business. He's about to get those all revamped. I mean, it's just going to be incredible what he's going to be doing moving forward. But we've got to get control of the House and the Senate, guys. We need 60 votes in the Senate. If you want to do anything with the Supreme Court, just think about it, guys. You got to vote for this, for the Supreme Court. Just
all right.
Yeah. All right. Love you guys in the kingdom.
Love you too. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the Tiny Tank. You like that he's changed his name
I
to
love
that?
that he changed his name to Tiny Tank Tom.
Yeah. He's gonna add the word triggered in a bit. All right. He's gonna add that too.
I'm just laughing. He and conservative Democrat and clicky tricky. They're just obsessed with you. They're in every live you're in, trolling you. It's cracking me up.
Yeah, they got jungle fever. They got jungle fever. I get it though. I get it.
They
Right?
do. They have jungle fever for sure.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Bye.
All right,
everyone.
ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Shay. Always coming with the truth. Always coming with the facts. No lies detected. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's not that difficult to get in the box to tell the truth and shame the devil. Good morning, my good friend, Miss Morningstar. I see you out there. We're going to get to all of you. Good morning, Morningstar. How are you?
Hey, Zeus. Good morning. How you doing? How kingdom?
I'm doing all right. Just another day in the kingdom, tending to these affairs. And you?
Absolutely, Zeus. I am thoroughly enjoying this show this morning.
Oh, really?
Cracking up yes. You got them stalkers coming through. They don't miss a beat, and it's so funny to see how much they can't help themselves. They can't help but get up here and talk to Zeus. They're so obsessed with you, Zeus. It's actually. I know. I'm thinking like in a minute I'm gonna have to tell you to get some paperwork on them because it's a little scary, Dude, talking about 2 years he's been following you. I'm just a little bit. I mean, I don't know, sir. It seems like
ain't learned a thing, huh? Ain't that something?
Ain't learned nothing, Zeus. Not one thing.
Just in here lusting.
Got rocks in their brain. Rocks in their brain.
Of lust. Yeah. But they gonna have to lay there and burn though, Miss Morningstar.
I know that's
the
right.
Russian bears. Yeah, they going to lay there and burn because they ain't getting nothing over here. Sorry.
I know it ain't lay down and burn. I know that's right, sis. But I just wanted to go ahead and get into our wonderful president yesterday and compliment him on his deliverance that he gave us yesterday. It was so eloquent. He gave us exactly what we expected him to give far as foreign policy. He explained it. He actually went more into depth than we could even probably interpret, but he really knows his job, and that's a sign of a good leader. Most leaders in leadership positions, they know their position and they surround themselves with a team, a great team that can delegate that work to, and they can actually put the work in process and make it happen. See, and that is why Joe Biden trusts his VP, because he knows he has a good person that he selected to be in leadership with him.
Mount Negro, thank you for the subscription.
So, all the stuff that they continue to, these narratives about dementia and, Parkinson's and, it's a whole bunch of flubber rubbish. And it's just really one of those things that we have to continue to dismiss, move past, and keep our eyes on the prize.
You don't think he needs to go to a lab get a desk and a pencil and a paper and take a cognitive test and then show you the results? You don't need Biden to do that?
I don't need Biden to do that. We know Biden. We've been knowing, and here, you know what's funny, Zeus? We've been
What's that?
knowing Biden a long time. We tend to forget that he was our VP for 8 years with the best president we had, President Barack Hussein Obama. Yes, sir. So people tend to forget that, and I don't recall any of these accusations or things coming up prior to, when he was running with President Obama and taking care of business, correct? So, all this flubber and all this garbage that they're trying to put out here into the atmosphere, we are going to just look past them because at the end of the day, we are here to do our black job.
Amen.
Our black job is to get out here November 5th, press the button for Joe. Period. Press the button for Joe.
Amen.
We cannot depend on these Democrats that are confused and they probably been jealous of Joe Biden for years. This just didn't come about. This is something that they've been thinking about. So we have to keep our eyes on the prize, stay focused, do what we need to do, get out here, press the button.
Right.
Us in our black jobs and our allies, because that's y'all black jobs too. Get out there and press the button.
Let's go. Press the button for Joe. I love it.
Press the button for Joe. But that's all I wanted to say. I heard my bell, Zeus, and I wanted to just, put that out there in the atmosphere that we support Joe.
Amen. I appreciate it, Miss Morningstar. I really do, because without you putting that out there like that, I don't think people would have known that we got to push the button, all right, and support Joe.
Yeah,
seriously.
and no, he's a great leader. I mean, in leadership, that's what you do. You delegate the work. You make sure the work is done. You give your nuggets to your staff, and you make sure that they take care of the task. And you don't have to work hard. You don't have to work too hard, but you have to be the thinker, the common sense thinker. You have to be the critical thinker.
Amen.
Absolutely. All right, Zeus, I'll let you go. Have a great day.
Alrighty then.
Thank you guys for the gifts. Y'all are amazing. Have a good one.
I know, aren't they amazing? Wow, people are being so generous today. It's amazing.
Appreciate you guys. You guys
I think it shows.
amazing.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I think it's a sign that people are getting behind Joe Biden. That's what it is. They're being re-inspired to support President Biden. So thank you all, seriously.
And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the kingdom. I'm proud of what you do, Zeus. Thank you for everything you do. You fight these demons daily, and we appreciate you. We love you, and we support you 1,000%.
Wow. Thank you, Miss Morningstar. You didn't have to, but you did. I really do appreciate it, and I love you. I love you all.
Absolutely, Zeus.
Seriously. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Miss
have
Morningstar. No lies detected. See, this is a show of force. All right, you see, ladies and gentlemen, people are so enthusiastic about President Biden. All right, let's move it along. Oh my goodness. Okay, I see. We got to get to some friendlies. All right, let's keep it going. Good morning, attacking. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing great. I'm going to turn my camera on here really quick. I'm going to show you something.
Oh.
Yeah.
You turning your camera? Oh, okay. I thought you were going to show us your face. Okay, but go ahead.
Oh, no. You know how was it conservative Democrats said that Joe Biden said that faux pas, something about the NATO wife? Yeah. Well, here's the NATO guy standing right next to Joe Biden. Now, what's kind of funny is they make transcripts of what people say.
Got it.
And that's not what he said. He said, I realize I'm talking to your wife. He didn't say I'm effing your wife. So why would they do that, Zeus?
These people are the worst of the worst. They really are the scum of the earth. What do you get out of making stuff up like that about the president of the United States?
And then you got these Trump lovers saying that Joe Biden's interfering using the DOJ in Trump's court cases. But yet you have, I think, that eggplant person that I was talking about that one time.
Yeah.
And how come they don't mind if the if the Republicans use Trump lovers in regards to their committee to interfere in regards to Trump's state case.
What is this? I mean, I'm confused about this picture. What is this?
Well, I can't figure out which one's an eggplant and which one's a Trump lover.
Is that what that is? Lord have
yeah,
mercy.
that kind of looks the same.
Lord forgive him, for he knows not what he does. Please forgive him, for he knows not what he does. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, so I'm the bad guy, but
yes.
I love being the bad guy.
Oh my goodness!
I do.
Oh my
as a matter of fact, I like calling people out for lying and being hypocrites.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
And I do it differently than you.
Right.
But we each have our own little avenue we travel down.
Yes.
And the thing is this: the difference between you and I and them,
right.
You and I don't have to lie.
Facts. We don't need to. The facts are on our side.
Facts are on our side. And we use what Trump has said and what Trump has done. They have to make up things of what Joe Biden has said, just like now.
Yeah.
And what Biden has done. Okay? So when they lie that Joe Biden did this, that, or the other thing, and they don't provide proof, they're liars.
Yeah.
When they say that the Joe Biden, the DOJ interfered in a court case, you had James Comer put together.
Here we go.
You had James Comer put together the special committee to try to find a way to impeach Joe Biden.
Did they ever do it?
No, it never happened. It fell flat on their face. And their head guy, Jonathan Turley, a bona fide legal scholar, said there's no evidence that Joe Biden's done anything. Their own guy.
Yeah.
So their panel that they had, and now there's a new panel that they just had a couple days ago that Chernup was looking at, or Eggplant, was looking up. The same thing. You have 3 Republican Trump lovers and 1 Democrat. And you had, what's her name? Jasmine Crockett?
Yeah.
And Dan Goldman tearing down what they're doing. So the Republicans are trying to put their foot on a state case against a criminal who happens to be Donald J. Trump, a civilian at the time. Why are they trying to interfere in it? Why are they trying to interfere in a case?
Because they're in on it too.
Exactly.
As far as I'm concerned, everyone that's got their hand in this election interference stuff Trump is doing, they're one of Putin's puppets, some way, somehow. We just don't know. That's how I look at it.
And we got to stay strong. We got to stay steadfast, and we got to vote for Joe Biden. We have to. It's like a baseball. It's like a baseball game, football game, whatever. You don't leave your team because they lost one day.
Tell them attacking.
You stay with it. Okay,
exactly.
I'm gonna drop. Everybody be good. Everybody be safe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Brother Attacking. No lies detected. All right. I mean, you see, ladies and gentlemen, we got different people that I could. Where is he at? I thought G-Man was here, but you know what, G-Man, you're gone. I don't know where you at, G-Man. I was trying to get to you. Good morning, Jess. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm great. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you as well.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I really am. We're just plowing along, Lots of good news coming out today.
So, verbal gaffes to me aren't that serious, but apparently to MAGA it always is. I'm not going to play the whole video, but since they want to make it serious, let's make it serious. Let's listen to some of Trump's verbal gaffes right here.
Oh, you have some on you? See, Tiny Tank Top, this is what we're talking about. Bring the evidence.
Tom, get your peanut butter ready because you're going to want to gargle some. Where's the...
Woo! You should take a cognitive test like I did. I took a cognitive test and I aced it. Doc Ronnie Johnson, does everyone know Ronnie Charlie Johnson, congressman from Texas. He was the White House doctor. How good did Elise Stepanek do? You know, we've endorsed Dr. Oz. We've endorsed JP, right? JD Mandel. And
what?
Right? Jimmy Connors is good. These are also happy. Mike Bolton, John Bolton is here. Mike Bolton, as you know, is in Russia. There was progress today. I look forward to solving it. Thank you, Steve. It was Trump's fault. It's always Trump's fault. Can it ever be like Rick Gates' fault? I mean, it's always Trump's fault, Rick. By the way, they never report the crowd on January 6th. You know, Nikki Haley.
Come on now.
Did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything? Deleted and destroyed all of it.
Come on now, MAGA. Don't put VP Trump in the chat. Talk about that.
Yeah, y'all get the gist of it.
Julie, thank you for the subscription.
So whenever he says VP Trump, oh, look at this as well. Look at this. This was beautiful. He responded to Trump last night on Twitter. He says, crooked Joe Biden has his big boy press conference with I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, though I think she wasn't qualified to be president. Great job, Joe. He goes, by the way, I know the difference. One's a prosecutor and the other's a felon. Big difference.
Cooked. Donald Trump just got cooked by President Biden. Wow, it's that easy.
And the conservative Democrat, I don't even know why you're adding me. Your brother talks better crap than you do.
Oh, we got rid of his brother. I think his brother gave up on TikTok after dealing with Zeus. Did I tell you that? He said, Zeus, unfortunately, you've overwhelmed me with too much truth, and I just can't take it. And then he deleted the app, and he took himself off TikTok. So,
he should. He should.
Yeah, that's the way it should go.
Yeah, I mean, you're not on the side of truth. You wake up every day, you wake up lying. And to everyone saying that I could have gone, there could be a longer video of Biden. I didn't even play the entire video, and that's not even everything. So when I say we could go back and forth all day long, and this is the most idiotic argument, it really is. If you want to talk about policy, we can talk about policy. Most of the time, you guys can't even name a policy. We have to help you along with that. We can name Trump's policy, and y'all can't. It's so wild.
Thank you.
Anyways.
No lies detected, all right? No lies detected, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Yeah, let me add also, before I go, I heard my bell. Y'all don't care about Americans, because when it comes to anything America first, we know what that means. It's rooted in racism, but there is no America first policy. You don't care about hungry kids. You don't care about the homeless.
Nope.
You don't care about anything. And with that, I'm gonna leave. Thank you.
All righty then, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Jess. No lies detected. Oh my gosh. All right, good morning. Who is this? Who do we have here?
All that stuff.
Jaden, greetings.
Greetings. How are you?
I am all right. This is our first time doing business.
Yes.
All right, I got some questions to ask you, and then we'll go from there. Fair enough?
Of course.
All right, first question. Do you believe Donald Trump's claims that the 2020 election was rigged?
Absolutely not.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Union Gang, for the subscription. All right, you absolutely not. Okay, what about the January 6th? If you had to put one person to say they were responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th, who would that person be?
There was a lot of people that was involved, but to answer your question, the sole person is Donald Trump.
All right. That's last and final question. Do you know of any evidence that proves President Biden is guilty of any crimes?
No, sir.
All right. You passed. All right, so what brings you to the show this morning? All right, my good friend.
I mean, I love. Thank you so much for inviting me. I ever since 2016, I love, just to learn about the political world in our country. Just stay informed. And then speak about what's going on and inform people. You
Right.
know, but yeah, that's
Okay.
basically it.
Oh, okay. So you don't really have an angle in terms of to argue, right? Are you planning on voting this time around?
Yes, this will be my in the presidential election. This will be
Yeah.
my second time voting.
Who do you vote for last time?
Last time I voted proudly for President Joe Biden.
Okay, all right, all right, all right. Well, listen,
Mhm.
do you think Joe Biden has what it takes to do it another 4 years?
Yes.
Because that's an issue. You hear
Mhm.
people out here talking about it, and they're questioning his cognitive abilities. What are your thoughts on that?
So here's my thing. Um, there is valid reason to be concerned about Joe Biden's capabilities to run this country. He is literally our oldest president ever. So
Yeah.
there is some valid concern. But when you look at the policies that Joe Biden has passed through Congress, like first the American Rescue Plan that lifted this country out of the depths of the pandemic. You have the
Hey.
infrastructure bill that
Right.
was passed bipartisan in a deeply divided Congress. People don't know about
Yeah.
that stuff. The most significant gun bill, to prevent less mass shootings. This is the most
Yeah.
significant one in over 30 years. Does it go far enough? No. And the president acknowledged that. And, it's a small step, you
Yeah.
know, and also the Chips and Science Act, basically. So there's a lot of reasons of why Joe Biden should be reelected for
Remain in
4 more years in the White House. And
Yes.
those are
Wow.
just a snippet of it.
That's it. You did a good job summarizing it, and I really do appreciate that. Do
Mhm.
you my because we don't. I got to get ready to wrap things up. My last question is do you? I guess if you were to say something were to happen to Biden, what is your opinion about Kamala Harris? Do you think she could actually finish the job if necessary?
Yes, I believe Kamala Harris is prepared to serve as commander in chief. Because if not, then Joe Biden wouldn't have picked her. Now, here's my thing. I believe that she's ready to be president, but is
Yes.
America ready?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
here's the thing, though,
what's
they didn't
that?
elect Hillary Clinton back in 2016. So what makes us think that America is ready to elect a black African American woman as the highest office in the land?
That's the
I think she is ready, but is America ready? Is the
yeah.
real question.
Well,
Mhm.
you do know to me that's the kind of the conundrum, so to speak. If you're not ready, they better get ready. That's how I look at it. If they're
That's
not
true.
ready, they better get ready because
That's
whether you
true.
like it or not, the alternative is not even an option. You know what I mean? The
And
alternative is not an option for a
of
lot of us.
course, of course. And here's the thing that really upsets me more about the treatment they've gave Kamala Harris. Ever since she became vice president, people were saying, "Oh, what has vice president? What has Kamala Harris been doing? Where is she
Yeah, yeah,
at?
yeah.
We don't see
All
her
of a
that much
sudden, they
often."
clocking her on her timesheet, huh?
But we didn't hear that same type of criticism when Mike Pence was president
Oh,
or
he's
when
doing
Joe Biden
something.
was vice president. So there's a little
Now they want
bias.
to look at her timesheet because she's a black woman as the vice president. They want to know where she's at. They want to rate her and do her little reviews on her
Yeah,
every day. It's some sick stuff, right? But you know what? They're going to end up eating their words. I promise you.
I'm
All
telling
right,
you.
Jaden, I got to get up out of here. All right, my good friend. I gave you a follow. All right.
Thank you.
Hopefully you come back and we
I
hear from
will.
you again. All right. You sound very informed and you're in your right mind. I appreciate it, ladies and
Thank you so
gentlemen.
much.
No problem. Let's give Jaden a round of applause. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached that point in the show where Zeus must depart and tend to other affairs in the kingdom. But before I wait a second, where are my comments at? All right, I think ladies and gentlemen. All right, my comments are back. Sorry about that. All right. Okay, so we must now depart I must now depart and tend to other affairs in the kingdom. But you know what we got to do, ladies and gentlemen? We got to close out another successful show the way we normally do. All right? So the first thing that we got to do is, number one, I want you all to give yourselves a round of applause. We survived another show. Wow, right? Ups, downs, and all, right? All right. To the subscribers, Mount Negro, I saw you. You did quite a bit. And all the other ones, I don't remember your name, but I love you all right? To the gifters, to the moderators, to the panelists, all right? Thank you. Seriously, you all do an excellent job helping to keep this show exciting, engaging, educational, and entertaining, right? Now we got to give one final round of booze and shame. Belinda, thank you so much. You're mighty generous. All right, one more round. Rick, you too as well. One more round of booze and shame. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you, right? To the Zeus haters, all right. This booze and shame goes out to the Zeus haters. These aren't just my haters. These are also your haters, all right. These are our critics and our detractors. They get out here on TikTok day in and day out and spread misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. They promote evil, misogyny, xenophobia, hatred, racism, all right, and all forms of evil and corruption and criminality on behalf of Donald J. Trump and the cult. These folks are not Christians, they're hypocrites. They're not patriots, they're seditious, treasonous traitors. And I'll go one step further. They are the worst of the worst. They are the scum of the earth. Join me in giving them our final round of, you guessed it, booze and shame.
Silence! You never demon!
All right, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, take care and stay safe out here in these TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Have a great one. All right, keep on voting blue and showing that support. Cold as you made it through your birthday. Wow. Passion Mama, Lena Smith, and keep up the wonderful work, Valerie. I saw you come in here. Straight facts, all gas, no brakes. Let's go. I'm flyer than an eagle and got bread on me too. Took a long time to get here and I'm feeling brand new. Valerie, hit her with the train. It's gonna be all right, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Biden will be president again. All right, I can feel the energy. You do too. All right, let's go, Zena Smith. Let's go. This morning star, Jeffrey. I see you, Diane. Let's go. Southern Delight. Hey, dude, sweetie. I see you. All right, 229, and I see you. Gina, let's go. Swerving, thank you, brother. Big Jake, I love you too, bro. Nice to see you. Mount Negro, where you at? Great show, everyone. Cold as the days, yes. My man Reggie. My man Reggie. You know what I got for you? Tiffany for the people. You know what I got for you? All right, it's coming up. Don't worry. Happy Friday, everyone. All right, MAGA, it's over. It really is. Tara, thank you. Keep up the great work, Jess. Thank you, Jess. Queen Sleep, how is Zeus doing and how's that big black truck doing? TikTok rocker, I see you. All right, T, I see you. C-Mac 10, love you too. PA, love you. Let's go. We got an end Friday on a high note. DJ Kitty Cat, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Spencer, Pepper, Dexter, Gina, I see you. Valerie, Jazzy, I know you're out there somewhere. I don't look like Lionel Richie, cut it out. Cold as the days. Mount Negro, hey, let's go. Oh, Valerie, let's go. Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Get out there and keep kicking butt. Do not let MAGA think they got an itch, all right? And I do mean that. Tiffany for the people, you too. Hey, Miss Vaughn, thank you for the money, gun. Evan, let's go. Biden had a great performance yesterday. Knock it off. Here we go.
I just want to find 11,780 which is one more than we have.
And that'll get you a RICO case. Hey, Bonnie Willis. We got him. We got him on tape, Bonnie Willis. Hey, Reggie. Tiffany for the people. And PA, listen to him with the Jack Smith remix.
He's deranged. Jack Smith.
He's deranged. He's deranged.
Jack Smith.
He's deranged.
Jack Smith. He's deranged. Jack Smith.
He's deranged.
Jack Smith.
He's deranged.
Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges. And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
I didn't want to do it. But you know what? I feel like laughing a little bit. All right. So to the people out there that think Donald Trump's going to win, I want you to understand. This is how he sounds like when he's got you gassed up and he's taking your money. This is what he sounds like. Listen to how he sounds.
We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level. We're going to win economically. We're going to win with the economy.
That's two.
We're going to win with military.
Okay, that's
We're going to win with healthcare and for our veterans.
Okay.
We're going to win with every single facet.
Oh.
We're going to win so much,
What?
you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We
You have to win more. He's threatening it like that, right? When you do that, you know what he did, right? But then when the results of the election come out, listen to the energy.
We had such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight.
Right.
And then you take a look at the kind of margins.
So what about the military?
And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said,
that part right there.
because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of dollars. I said exactly. Because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court.
Right.
So Florida was a tremendous victory.
Man, get to the point. What happened?
76,000 votes.
Oh, you can
with
do
almost
math?
nothing left.
Okay,
And all of a sudden, everything just stopped.
Oh.
This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
That is so funny. That is funny when you lost like that and you go that low. I can't wait till this November. I tell you, folks. All right, I got to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. But before I do, you know what we got to do? We got to drop the bomb.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
That's right. You ain't black. You ain't nothing but a modern day slave. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care and stay safe. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.